Our next speaker is Marcos Martinez, the Executive Director at Casa Latina. Marcos is helping to lead the launch of a strategic planning process to guide its work empowering Latino immigrants amid Seattle's growing wealth disparity and the country's new political reality. Welcome, Marcos.
Thank you, Sherman. Thanks, Primo. Thank you all very much for being here, and thank you to Planned Parenthood for inviting Casa Latina to participate tonight. This is Jessica. Less than a year ago, she lived in a country where armed men broke into her house and threatened her family. She fled El Salvador with her daughter Valeria and came to live here in Seattle with her aunt, where she could be safe. But she had no money and no way to support her daughter. People like Jessica are the heart of Casa Latina. And as of today, people like Jessica are facing a whole new threat in this country. At Casa Latina, we empower Latino immigrants, mostly low-wage workers from across Latin America, through employment, education, and community organizing. Our biggest program is our employment program. On average, about 50 people, men and women, show up on any given day at Casa Latina looking for work. Our hiring hall connects them with informal employment, such as mowing lawns, working small construction jobs, and cleaning houses. So with Casa Latina's help, Jessica was quickly able to turn a few house cleaning jobs into regular full-time employment, become a contributing member of her aunt's household, and be able to provide the warm clothes that her daughter Valeria needed for this cold winter. So cute. This winter, our members have been coming to Casa Latina not only for work, though. Since the election, they've also been coming for answers. They want to know what is going to happen now that the unthinkable has happened. If you've never visited Casa Latina, and I invite you to visit, though maybe not all at once, it's something to know that our hiring hall is also a community space. People who might otherwise be standing out in front of Home Depot trying to get a job can come into our space. While they're waiting for work, they can have a coffee, they can meet their friends, take an English class, and they can talk to their friends about their families, about politics, about what's going on. They can share their hopes and their fears and their dreams. Since November 9th, what we've been hearing over and over so much from the community is concern and fear and anxiety and anger. Our community consists of some of the people on the receiving end of the hate unleashed by Trump and his followers, and our community is scared. But you know what? They're also resilient. They had to be just to be able to get here to this country in the first place. Up until now, it's been safer here with more opportunity and more welcoming than some of the places our members came from. They're here to build a better life for themselves and for their families. To do that, they do a lot of the hardest work, sometimes for the lowest pay. They work outside, they cook our food, sometimes they take care of our children, sometimes they take care of our elders. They do the laundry, they scrub floors. And you know, as Seattle has boomed, they're some of the people that are out there building this city, building those tall buildings and building houses. But our community is vulnerable. Our communities are on the front lines to be hurt by some of the policies of this new government. So to address these issues, Casa Latina has been organizing a series of Know Your Rights workshops and immigration forums to educate our members to help them be protected. We've also been working in coalitions with other organizations, including some of the ones represented here tonight, and even looking at new protections and working with some of our elected officials for ways that we can further protect our communities. We also recognize the intersectionality of our members with the broader community. We support the movement for Black lives. We recognize that our members include queer and trans people, and we make space for their safety. Our programs prioritize women's leadership, and we are very much a part of the worker rights movement. So, what can you do? Well, you can hire a Casa Latina worker. Seriously. It's a practical step that makes a difference, because when you hire a worker, to help you with a project around your house or with some housekeeping, first of all, they keep all of the money that you pay them, and Casa Latina doesn't get any part of that. And secondly, and just as importantly, when you hire a person, you're entering in a relationship with an immigrant worker, person to person. And you're paying them a fair wage, which Casa Latina workers have collectively determined ahead of time. So you're practicing social justice economics on a personal scale. Your family is helping to support an immigrant family in this direct way, even for one day. This is solidarity and it's compassion. It's a direct act that supports immigrants who exist at the margins of our thriving economy. So we have an information table in the lobby, and I invite you to learn more. I want to close with just a very short poem by Dina Metzger. Song. There are those who are trying to set fire to the world. We are in danger. There is time only to work slowly. There is no time not to love.